Hi everyone, welcome back to another Storytime with the BSM. I'm Gus, and today I will be reading The Salmon Princess, an Alaskan Cinderella story by Mindy Dwyer. For Katie, who never liked salmon guts. There once was a place where a girl could walk across the sea on the backs of so many wild salmon. It was here in southeast Alaska a fisherman, his wife, and their daughter called home. They lived at the edge of a shadowy rainforest where waterfalls made music with a drip drip of the rain. It was a happy life, though it was full of hard work. While the fisherman plucked fish from his nets, mother and daughter smoked salmon on the beach. Sweet smoke spiraled into the sky as they sang songs from long ago. It was a time when anything was possible. One winter, the mother died suddenly. Cold rain poured from the sky. The daughter's tears ran rivers of sadness into the salty sea. The fisherman held sadness in his heart like a great net bursting with fish. Years passed and eventually the fisherman remarried. His new wife had two strong sons who quickly learned to catch fish. With 3 fishermen, the nets swelled with salmon. The stepmother refused to clean fish and gave that stinky, slimy job to the girl. The girl's name was Cinder because of her smoky gray eyes that sparked with fire. Cinder had a favorite place in the forest at the base of an ancient cedar tree. She went there to smoke salmon the way her mother had taught her. When the fisherman looked into his daughter's eyes, it wasn't the spark he saw, but the memory of the girl's mother looking at him. He buried his grief with more and more fish as the years drifted by. One summer, the fisherman returned home with news of a silver salmon festival on the mainland with a carousel, contests, a dance followed by a raffle for a grand prize of real silver bars. In all the excitement, Cinder overheard her brothers talking about the raffle tickets. They hoped to win the silver and buy a fast boat to catch more and more fish. If Cinder won the silver, she wouldn't buy a salmon boat. She was already drowning in salmon. When Cinder asked to go to the festival, her stepmother said, "No, there are too many fish to clean." Her father sadly said, "There are indeed all those fish." She wanted to go to the dance more than anything she had ever wanted. With the ease of a grizzly bear, she sliced all of the slippery salmon clean. Cinder ran into the forest. "Even if I could go, I have nothing to wear to the dance. All my clothes stink of fish guts," she thought. Sitting under the cedar tree, she remembered her mother's sweet voice, and she began to sing softly. In the twilight, she saw little silver stars peeking through the branches. She couldn't believe what she saw next. An eagle dropped something from the sky. A shimmering salmon flopped to the ground at Cinder's feet. As soon as she picked it up, she realized it was a shiny dress sewn with soft silver thread, fit for a princess. "Cinder," said the eagle, "anything is possible. Go to the dance. But remember, you must return the dress before dawn. The silver will disappear in the light of day." Cinder slipped into her silver dress and looked up to thank the eagle, but it was gone. Then she looked down at her Sitka slippers, the heavy rubber boots that southeast Alaskans wore. Luckily, the dress covered her boots. Wearing her new gown, Cinder headed to the festival. She remembered to bring some of her smoked salmon to sell so that she could buy raffle tickets. Running towards the dock, Cinder saw her brother's fishing boat pull out into the bay. "I'll hop across on the swimming salmon if I have to," she vowed. Then, seeing the skiff, Cinder jumped in and started it up just as she had seen her father do a million times. The skiff pulled through the waves, its phosphorescent wake glowing like a train of a great wedding gown. Oh, the salmon festival was a sight more wonderful than a dream. Cinder had never seen such colored lights. She saw a boy looking at her, and her stomach flip-flopped like a fish out of water. Their eyes met briefly, but before the boy could ask her name, she ran off to sell her salmon, and then bought as many raffle tickets as she could. Cinder found a long line of dancers and jumped in. When the boy saw the girl's wild red hair and smoky gray eyes that sparked, he was hooked. Circling left, circling right, Cinder and her dance partner spun like the hands of a clock. In her long hair, he smelled smoke, and they twirled into the night. At the first glimmer of light, Cinder suddenly remembered the eagle and sprinted off the dance floor and down the dock towards her skiff. Her boot caught in a net, and as she wrestled with it, she dropped the raffle tickets. Cinderella hopped on into the skiff and hurried across the bay to return the dress, leaving her boot behind. The boy followed her to the dock. First he found the lone boot, and then the raffle tickets, but the girl was gone. Back at the festival, one of the girl's tickets held the winning numbers, and there was only 24 hours to collect the prize. He had to find her, but everyone wore those big rubber boots. It would be nearly impossible to find a match. The girl could have gone to any one of the 100 islands. The boy searched every island and every bay, and was about to give up when an eagle circling overhead led him to a dock. On shore, he announced that he was looking for a girl with sparkling eyes who had won a prize. Cinder's father was confused, and her stepmother laughed. The only girl who lives here is covered in slime. Seeing a sparkle in their sister's eyes they had never noticed before, Cinder's brothers locked her in a smokehouse and tried to think of a way to claim the prize. Cinder fired up the old smoker and began to sing as smoke soared into the air. The boy followed the delightful song and sweet scent. Unlocking the smokehouse door, he saw the girl he had been searching for. The boy smiled, and Cinder's heart skipped like a smooth rock across water. "Cinder?" her father called out, looking for her. "Cinder? She's my Cinderella," the boy cheered and offered her the boot. It fit, and Cinderella collected her prize of silver bars. She learned that the boy's father owned King Salmon Cannery. "So that makes you a salmon prince," she giggled. When they married, Cinderella became the salmon princess, and they lived happily ever after. Cinderella's stepmother was stuck cleaning fish, so she moved back to the lower 48. The brothers ended up at the salmon cannery, working long, hard hours cleaning salmon. Cinderella forgave her father, and he lived a long and happy fisherman's life on a healthy diet of salmon. With the silver she'd won, Cinderella bought a homestead up north in the interior. She and the salmon prince farmed prize-winning cabbages bigger than any salmon and had 3 daughters. Cinderella taught them to sing her mother's songs and believed that anything was possible. In time, the prince would take over his father's business at King Salmon, and Cinderella believed that one day they would all return home just like the salmon. The Salmon Princess. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in to another Storytime with the BSM. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.